Hey old soul, just over a year ago I sold everything I owned and moved to the land of Bali with my ex-husband and 3 kids. Now I live my dream life, traveling first class around the world, teaching others how to do the same. If you are ready for a life that is so abundant and free, where money flows like air so effortlessly that you don't even care because you are simply focusing on you and allowing everything to be true, then you are exactly where you need to be. Let me teach you how to be wildly abundant and insanely free.
Slow, sunny days, chasing the, Hello and welcome. Clever Eva coming at you live today. We're gonna do a deep dive. We're gonna strive to create a life that we adore so we can step into so much more and just unlock the freedom within so that we remember. Why we came here. What we came here to do so that we can be absolutely true. I just did a masterclass this morning in the 12-month Limitless Wealth Transformation. It's so deep. What I went through in that masterclass was the 6 key rules of the reality, the default settings of this reality. And it was so powerful. It was so wild because the thing about our life is it's like a video game or a board game. We all start in different areas of the board game, and based off what our soul has come here to learn, we've got to find our way back home on the board game. What a lot of people do on the board game is they roll the dice, land on a snake, go down the snake, and they throw a tantrum. God forbid, how dare I go down the snake? How dare I do all of this? And we throw a tantrum and then we don't realize that karma, one of the key default settings in this video game reality. But everything that you put out comes back, and it's not a bad thing. It's just that's the only way you can see your evolution. That's the only way you can see if you're growing, if you're evolving, if you're moving through this time-space reality the way that your soul had intended for you to. And if you don't have karma, if you don't have an equal and opposite reaction to every single thing that you put out there, how are you ever going to know where you're going or how it's rock and rolling? So I'm going to be short and sweet. And if you do want to get in on that masterclass, absolutely wild. We went through so much stuff, like the difference between the frequency and vibration. And it was just next level activating your soul's mission. If you feel like you have not fully stepped into and activated your soul's mission yet, definitely check that out. It is the 12-month Limitless Wealth Transformation, beyond life-changing, the channels that come through, my goodness. Okay. So what I want to really quickly go through with you guys today so that you can come back into self, come back into truth. The highest frequency is authenticity. And a lot of people don't even really know what that truly and utterly means. We think, oh, just be an authentic person. But what the universe loves is our mind, our thoughts, our body. Are they all in tune with each other? Or are we saying something when we mean something else? Are we speaking something and then doing something else? Are we saying, I will do that, and then you don't do that? That's why something as small as saying to a friend that you're going to go to their event and then not showing up is out of integrity. You've got things not aligning on different planes of the field, and you're like, I don't know why these weird manifestations are coming up. And it's like, yeah, because you haven't fully tuned in the instrument. And so if you don't know if you can make something, say that straight away. Say, you know what, I don't know if I can make this, but I'm gonna make this. But I will try to make it work. I'll do my best, and I'll let you know within 24 hours or whatever it is. But you create the frame, you create the rule, and then you have to follow through. It's like drawing a picture and then, coloring in between the lines. It gets really, really messy if we don't stay in authenticity and in our truth. And the funny thing about this is we struggle to do this so much. Like if I was like, hey, imagine if I was a friend that you didn't like, and I was like, hey, want to come hang out with me? And you said to me, I'm just really busy. But you're not busy. That's a lie. And you're saying that to people please, instead of saying something like, do you know what? I actually just don't feel our friendship is aligned anymore. I'm just feeling like I'm going in a different direction. Hey, Sarah Jane, how are you, beautiful soul? Being completely honest, being completely authentic. Most people cannot really get to the truth. Therefore, we're living in delusions of the mind. We live in a world that's just delusional because we're not actually cutting through and being truthful and being authentic, because we're so scared that we're going to hurt somebody. But if we say it with the intention, because intention is one of the other default settings for this reality. It's really, really, really important. I go through it all in the Limitless Wealth Transformation. But having intentions behind everything you're doing. I'm intending for this to land with love, with more love than you can possibly imagine, because that action is solidified and held with my intention of love and truth. The energy that's going out is love. It's truth. It's love, 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 truth, truth, truth. And then that reflects back on our karmic journey. So then we manifest beautiful things into our field because we are constantly in the energy of love and truth and harmony. And we're dancing with the soundtrack of our soul instead of jumping around the distortions of our mind, because we've been conditioned and programmed into shame, guilt, fear, all the things, so that we couldn't possibly be truthful and honest and just say, you know what? I'm really not feeling it. Hey, beautiful soul, how are you? So definitely that masterclass, absolute vibe. But what I want to really, really quickly share with you today is the distortions of the mind so we can be kind. Something else I actually went really, really, really deep with in that class was really and truthfully about the fact that everything in this reality is a projection. Now, source energy is always coming through us, and we are distorting it with the illusions of our mind. None of it's true, none of it's real. We're just going through these filters, and then we're seeing the world through the filters of fear, of all the things. And something that's really, really important, when you're at a lower level of consciousness, so you've just awakened. You've absolutely just awakened. Now you're learning about all the things in this reality. You're like, whoa, Hollywood, oh my God, look at all the darkness. Wow, 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 wow. And so you're waking up, correct? So what we often do in this lower level of consciousness when we've just awakened is that we judge. We're still looking at the reality through the distortions of the mind. We're judging it. It shouldn't be like this. This is bad. I'm in fear. We're bringing up all that stuff around the distortions of the mind, instead of raising our consciousness, coming up to a much higher level and being in the lens of our soul and seeing everything through light and love. Because when we hold the frequency of light and love, everything disappears anyway. Everything just goes away anyway. We get to live a limitless reality because we're no longer in fear. Now, what you have to understand about fear is that we contract. When we contract, our bank account contracts. Everything in life contracts. We go through fear, we go through stuckness, we go through energetic blockages because we're in contraction. Instead of going, okay, cool, well, what belief system is this filtering through? What belief system is this filtering through? Am I able to see this through the lens of light and love? Am I seeing this through the egoic distortions of the mind? How can I align this belief system to be more in tune with light and love, with the energy of all that I am instead of all that I am not? None of it's real. It's all distortions and disillusions of the mind, delusions of the mind, sorry. We're all looking at, I'm living in my delusion, you're living in your delusion. Do our delusions meet in the middle? Do they? Woo! All delusions, even like things like cutting cords, and we're always talking about like, you know, cutting cords and cord ceremonies. You can't really cut the cords because we're all connected. We're all connected in this crazy energetic web. So we're not really cutting cords. We can't really get rid of certain things. I feel like, you know, even things like cutting cords is sometimes an avoidance strategy. So I just cut the cords and it goes away. But it's really about you coming back to your truth. And I always say at the start of like every live, sometimes I do forget, but if you've watched me for a long time, something you will hear me repeat a lot is please use discernment. Please use discernment. Always listen to me with what aligns with you. What is your truth? What feels at a core, deep, energetic, powerful, potent place within you, that you know that when I'm speaking and it's resonating with you, that it's your truth as well. And if things come through and they are not aligned with your truth, please discard them. Discard all that you are not so you can step into your power. A limitless life awaits you when you can wake up and start seeing life through the lens of your soul, not through the distortions of your mind. Have the most beautiful, magical, phenomenal day. If you want to check out the Limitless Wealth Transformation, click on the link below. There is so much in there. You deserve a life beyond your wildest dreams, where nothing's ever what it seems, where money flows as effortlessly as air, so beautifully that you don't even care. There is a beautiful life if you dare. If you dare to go deep, if you dare to unlock the rooms in your psyche that may be challenging, that may be hard, that may bring up a lot within you. But through the darkness, through the pain, through the discomfort, all that is actually happening is that parts of your ego is dying. Parts of yourself are dying. You're discarding all that you are not. And that can feel like death to the ego. It can feel intense, but that's all that's happening. Your soul is okay. Your soul loves you. Your soul is here for you. Your soul is protecting you. You keep going through the darkness because that is what raises your frequency. Your vibration and frequency are very, very different. I actually went through that in the masterclass as well. But it raises your frequency. The lessons of life will completely and utterly raise your frequency and take you to a whole new level. So have the most beautiful, magical, phenomenal day. Be on your way. I'm sending 24/7 miracles towards you. Set your intention for an incredible life. Choose limitless wealth and optimum health. Big love. Mwah.